Well, hello everybody and welcome to base camp here. I kind of wanted to talk about a little modification I did to my Jeep that I'm really excited about. You know, I've always seen these drawer systems that they put in the back of the Jeep, and I always wanted one, but they were so expensive. So I decided to build one back in January when it was, had lockdown, nothing to do. And it turned out to be quite functional. So I wanted to go over it and show you what I built. It's, at best it just serves a purpose. It's not pretty to look at, but it does help me organize everything in the back, all my cooking equipment, everything I need for, camping for a couple of days. When I was camping in January in winter, when I tried it for the first time before lockdowns and curfews, I had nowhere to set up. If the ground is full of snow, I had no table for cooking. That created a problem. I was like, you know what, I want to rectify that, because sometimes you're camping in a place where it might be raining or you don't want to use the table. You just want everything organized, easy to reach. So this actually helps me do that. And designed it in a way that actually it's quite smart, I think. It serves a really purpose, and it works, and it saves me a lot of time just reaching stuff. And before, I used to use those plastic storage from Rona. They were cheap, but they were stacked on top of each other. They would take up the whole room of the car, and every time I had to reach for something, I had to take one out, open the other one, dig inside, grab a plate or a fork, and it was so annoying after a while. So I'm so happy with this system because it works really well. So I'm gonna show you how it's built. So I'm just gonna go over what I have here. I built it based on what I saw other people were building, and just kind of modified it to fit my needs, because I know what I need. So basically I have two drawers here that has all my cooking equipment for camping. I have my plates, my forks and knives, my pantry, stuff that I need on a regular basis that I always keep in the car, that I know are just like, salt, pepper, olive oil, balsamic. Those I always keep in here, so I don't have to lug them inside my house and then put them back in the car. So they're always here, and I always replenish them as they go empty. Also built out a slider table here that's attached to this drawer, so if I ever want to cook, if I ever want to boil a quick cup of coffee, I need something to cook on, this is good. I slide it out and it sits outside the Jeep. But if I want it to be further out, I attached it to the drawer itself. So when I slide out the drawer too, everything comes out together. And I've seen some people, like, they have a cutting board here and the cooking here. So I kind of put in this removable cutting board that I can use anywhere, basically. Underneath it I have pots and pans and utensils and aluminum foil, stuff like that. So the beauty of it, that I can put that here. I have like two lips on each edge, and it holds it up. I can slide it in, slide it back to the front based on how I want. I can slide it to the back if I don't need it, but I leave it at the front here because I can chop stuff and cook at the same time. So it works really well. And I tried to make the table as big as I can, but the stove that I use is so big, I might actually replace it in the long term, but I haven't really tried it yet, cooking with this setup, so I might do it this morning and see how it works. I'm just excited about this one because you can see when you need a cutting board, you have one built in. Like, I've set it up so basically I just have everything I need in one spot, and I have these things I got from Amazon that locks the drawer in place, so when I'm driving it doesn't slide out. So here I have a 45-liter Yeti cooler that I put on top of the box, but instead of just leaving it there, sometimes if you want to reach in, it might be a bit too tight to get in here or reach in the back. So just to kind of solve that problem, I kind of decided to put it on a track as well. I can slide it out and I can reach in, and I have more access here, but now the cooler is actually full of food, and if I slide it out all the way out, it seems kind of a bit sketchy because the weight is just hanging on the edge. So one quick solution for that is actually just use the drawer here to get a little bit of a support. So that actually seems to be doing okay. It's just added support from the bottom, and I can push it back in when I don't need it. Same thing, the idea is that when I want to reach something, everything is convenient. And I actually lock this tray in place by also the same system at the back. It's a bit hard to reach to, but it does hold it in place. Also, I did purchase, just in case I have too much weight sitting on anything, have this little piece of wood that I just cut it to size, and when I slide out the table, for example, and the drawer, and I have too much weight hanging on the edge, I can just kind of wedge it underneath and create a little bit of a support. Alright, so moving on here, I have my Yeti cooler, which is pretty much full of food. I have another drinks cooler here, a small one to reach. This one, I can easily remove it, take it out of the car, put it by the campfire, and actually just have a drink or two, and put that aside so I can show you what's behind. I have here my Eureka 2-stove gas propane, and this is the one I want to use on the table. So if I slide out the table, so without the propane tank, and I just set it, it fits exactly, but the only issue is for the gas tank, it just has to stick out somewhere. So most likely I'll be swapping this out for a smaller one. I picked an extra large one because it has a very generous cooking space. Because when I attach the extension here for the propane tank, it has nowhere to sit. So most likely I'll just be setting it up this way. So for now, this is the setup. I might cook with it here. And the idea is that if this is too close to the inside and I want to be cooking more outside, this is where sliding out the drawer helps, because you can pretty much slide it all the way out and have like your cooking and your stove all in one place. It works well. I can chop food here from the outside, cook stuff on the pan. All the stuff that's related to cooking, pots and pans and utensils are here. More plates and mugs and forks and knives and pantry is here. So when I open this up, let's say if I want to reach in to grab propane, I have propane here in a nice little compartment. In the back here I have a small box that I built out of wood as well. It has miscellaneous items that I want to reach really quick, like a grill, my hammock, some chairs, some utensils for the tent or the awning, and a lock for the bike, a little vacuum, stuff that I might need like on the quick access. I just leave it in here. This way I know what it is, and if I want to get it, it's always here. And whenever I'm not using my chairs, I put it back in there. So whenever I pull up to a campsite and I want to set up, I can easily reach my chairs, my tables, everything I might need quickly, you know, without having to open up everything. And this came as a result of having no space for them, so this is the ideal space for them like that, and they sit in the back. And also, since I was winter camping and using a heater, I kind of decided to just buy a fire hydrant, keep it. You never know, it might come in handy for many reasons. So moving on to the second drawer, here's where I keep all my plates, some pots, some stuff that I use on a regular basis that I need. So I got one section here in the front that has all my spices, you know, olive oil, balsamic, salt and pepper. Got some different spices for steak, for chicken, you know, if I ever want to cook something fancy, I got everything here. And I got a little compartment for all my forks and knives, so they're all in one section. It's easy to reach. I got place for sugar, I got place for my propane tanks, and a little propane and garbage bags, and my little cleaning if I want to do dishes on the road while camping. This is everything. Is pretty much, I know where everything is. Here I have my jet boil and some mugs and just everything that drinkable, plates, stuff like that is here. Everything like cookware is there. So pretty much works well. You know, it fits everything I need just exactly like to the, it fits everything I need exactly to my, what I have. So there's no room for more stuff. There's no room for less stuff. Obviously there's room for less stuff, but if I buy more stuff, definitely there'll be no more room to put it unless I reconfigure the configuration. So everything I need fits really well for even days on the roads. And you know, you don't need a lot of stuff. You just wash as you go along and restock as you go along. So this is kind of the setup when it's fully opened up. Oh yeah. Sun came out kind of nice.